Ladies and gentlemen, here we are. It's podcast 11, and we have a special guest, don't we, Brian?
Our first guest, actually, man. So how cool is that?
Yeah. So we got a special guest. So what I want to do is I want to introduce Mr. Billy Don Burns, and I got to tell my quick story first here, Brian. Again, this is the Sound Warriors podcast, number 11. We've got Billy Don Burns, famous writer, singer, one of the top writers in the world. And I got to tell you this, recently I did one of his songs, and it was Lonesome 77203, a killer tune. And I just want to say absolutely thank you. He goes by BDB, right, BDB? I love it. I love it. And, that was a great song. I'm so blessed to have done it. And I appreciate you so much, brother, for letting me test drive your song. I know it's your race car, but I got a chance to drive it here for a little bit. So I appreciate it. And Brian, why don't you chip in here? Thank you, man.
Well, I got to tell you, Billy, this Lonesome 77203, I mean, you wrote some amazing songs for a lot of the big boys and girls throughout your career. And I've just stumbled upon you through Beverly. So I'm very blessed to actually meet you and talk to you. And I just got to tell you, that song, it's just amazing. The lyrics is just amazing, and how Eric Nelson did the instrumental, and Big Guy, of course, doing his job, slaying the vocals in that song. It's just an amazing song. Can you tell us a little bit, about this song, Lonesome 77203?
Well, I tell you when I wrote it, I made a quick trip to California from Nashville. Just drove out there and turned around and come back. I ain't gonna tell you what I went for.
Right?
We're starting out tough already. I knew it. I knew it was coming.
So I've been up about 4 days, and I'm between Memphis and Nashville, almost back. And I thought, man, you're like a damn train. You don't tire and you don't bleed. And I thought, to call me Lonesome 77203. And I wrote it without the guitar in my hand. I wrote it in A minor and put the numbers over it. So I had it meld and everything, figure out and everything when I got to Nashville, Just one of them, it comes on you real quick, 20 minutes later, it's wrote,
Unreal. That's a classic.
There've been several people recorded around the world. And I actually had a pretty good hit on it in Germany and Poland, Czechoslovakia, and got some good tours where I made some good money, and it was all because of that song. So those songs been damn good to me.
Yeah. Well, I hope it gets a good run this time. It's a definite boost for me to be hooked up with you. That's for sure. And I'm going to tell you, as you know, I'm getting ready to. I didn't name which one I'm doing yet, but I'm getting ready to do another one of your tunes. And I'm just telling you, your writing fits me so well. It puts me in the pocket, brother. It just puts me in the pocket. I feel it. I feel exactly, I think, the way you may have felt. And I did some studying on you. And, to us, brother, you're a legend, and you're a legend everywhere. So just having you on our show is a big deal.
It's an honor.
It is an honor. And where are you at right now? Are you in Arkansas right now?
Yeah, I stopped at my old cousin, Dwight Trammell. He's got a garage with an apartment in it. And he don't let nobody in here but me. And
I love it. I love it.
Ain't nobody gonna come over and mess with me or nothing,
How did your thing go this weekend at 56 Arkansas?
And it went great. And I had a bunch of good buddies come be a part of it. And that whole deal happened because that first song of mine that Cody Jinks recorded, Gator Creek Church.
Yeah.
Man, I am a huge Cody Jinks fan.
Yeah.
Time.
He's done 2 of my songs, and he sang on my last album, did a song with me on my last album. But
well, when you were growing up, how many people were living there? 160 some, I heard. It's a small town, and there was more than that at the show.
Well, that's a good thing.
It's amazing.
Yeah, there are not many people in 56, but people came from 5 different states.
Oh, hey.
It turned out good. Everybody was happy, man.
I love it. Yeah. Wes Ship was there, right? Wes was?
Les was and Josh Morningstar, and both them boys kind of started out with me, you know.
That's what I heard.
They're doing good, and I'm proud of them. And so it's a good gig, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so this guy in Jonesboro, Arkansas, bought that Cody Jinks album, the one that Gather Creek Church was on, and he come up to see the church, and he met somebody there from 56. He thought Cody wrote it, and the guy said, "No, a 56 boy wrote that." So I get to know Daniel, and we got to be buddies. But he bought 20 acres next to the church, and going to start concerts, and got my name plastered all over the place there, you know.
Very cool.
Cool deal. Love it, love it. So what do you got in the bag next? Are you still writing a bunch of new songs? Are you writing for other people? What are you doing right now besides performing?
Man, I don't like much get on.
Love it. Love it.
You got to feel that flame, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, and hope I go out on it, you know.
It's a way to go, brother.
I'll be 77 in July, and man, I'm tired.
Well, the road life is pretty tough, you know. I mean, from what I hear, I'm just now starting out myself, so you know, I couldn't imagine.
Man, you know, when you do it all your life, 50 something years,
That's a
it's
long
like
time.
you it's the way of life, and it's all I know, you know.
Yep. Well, I got to ask you a question, BDB. I got a question for you. You rolled into Nashville, from what I heard, in 1972 with a guitar strapped on your back, riding a hog into Nashville. Is that a true story?
It's not a true story. There's a lot of made up stories about me.
Give us the truth. When did you roll into Nashville, and what's the story?
I moved to California in 1970, and put a band together in Indio, California, and it's really my first real honky tonk gig. And I thought, man, I could do this forever. It's 3 or 4 nights a week. And after about 3 months, I said, I got to get the hell out of here. And Merle Haggard was starting to happen in Bakersfield, and so I told the band, I said, boys, you got to get you another thing, or I'm out of here. They said, what are you going to do? And I said, well, I'm going to Bakersfield, hopefully meet Merle Haggard. Because he started a publishing company, you know, called Shade Tree Music. And they all laughed and said, you ain't going to meet Merle Haggard. And I said, I may not meet Merle Haggard, boys, but I'm damn sure going to Bakersfield.
Well,
I
there
get
you
up
go.
there and I meet Merle, and he treated me like the prodigal son. Got me on my first TV show in Bakersfield.
Wow.
And never forgot me. And little did him or me either one know, some 30, 35 years later, I would produce an album on him and Johnny Paycheck. So I did one. And
You guys didn't stir up any trouble, did you?
Did I stir up any trouble
with them? Those guys and you together sounds like there could be a problem.
Merle was just getting to be big time. Had 2 albums out, and he autographed me both of them. I don't know whatever happened to him, but I'd signed a contract for a guy in L.A. to produce railroad freight trains. You know, hitchhiked to Nashville. I got a ride because I was black as a black person from the set.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, those hobos taught me. So that's how I got to Nashville, man. And some 3 months later, Harlan Howard signed me as a writer with Wilderness Music. He was like the biggest writer in Nashville. And that's where I met Waylon and Billy Joel and Lefty Frizzell and
wow.
That's incredible, Billy. That I mean,
Unreal.
that's just incredible. What? Yeah, wow.
So cool.
But no, I didn't roll in on a Harley. I rolled in a hitchhiking and just got off of a damn freight train.
Man,
Wow.
full of set, and ready to fight.
Uh,
And I rode bullet trains and I rode Learjets, man. So I've seen the extremes of about everything.
Exactly.
So you got the T-shirt, been there, done that,
Now,
right?
I heard your Bullet Train song, and that was cool. And I was in Japan at one time, and I rode the Bullet Train there, which is amazing. What was your inspiration for that, for the Bullet Train there? Was that for, being in Japan and riding it?
Well, see the truth on that's a hell of a story too. I just played over in Busan and Seoul, Korea, and I boarded Japanese Airlines to go to Tokyo to fly back to the States. And over there, they load those big 747s with tons of cargo and 500 people, you know. So they just served the food flying over, I think, the Yellow Sea that separates them two countries. And that damn engines, all them engines died or something on that 747. Some people were hurt. The food was dripping off the ceilings. We fell like 20,000 feet, started back up with flu again, but there were people hurt. And of course, the pilot come in on and talked in Japanese. I never knew what the hell happened.
We can laugh about it now.
Right.
So
Wow.
landed in Narita, Tokyo, then landed in Osaka and had another plane for us. And I said, I'm not taking another plane today. I thought I'd never been on a bullet train, and I bought my ticket on a bullet train.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, those things are cool. I rode on that. I had years ago bought a Toyota dealership, like in the 80s, and I had to fly over there, to see the factory and everything. So I jumped on that bullet train, and they started feeding us sake. By the time I got to the factory, I don't think they wanted me as a dealer anymore because I was skunk drunk.
You'll have that on the big jobs, bud.
That's a bullet train, baby.
Yeah, they got shortages on there just like airplane, don't they?
Exactly. They come up and they'll give you a Budweiser and a sake, and away you go. But I didn't know that sake would catch up and kick you that hard. It kind of hurt me for a couple of days.
It's pretty potent, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. So let's talk about, do you know, just if you had to take a guess and just throw a guess out, how many songs do you think you've written?
I'd say at least 500. I've lost most of them, but and I've probably had 75 recorded. I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna put. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Tanya Tucker, I had a song on her last album called "When the Rodeo Is Over," where this cowboy goes.
Yep.
Good song. I heard it. Yeah.
That gal that produced her is supposed to be a big star. Wrote another verse to it, and they asked me about giving her part of the writing. I said, "Hell no, I'm not giving up none of the writing. I don't even like the verse." So she wrote.
Yeah, it's your song.
That's right.
I protected my guns, and I didn't have to give it up, but her name's on there.
Hey, I got to ask you, Billy, I got to ask you a question. Brian and I have the same manager, Beverly Jenkins.
Yeah.
So we want to give her a thumbs up right now. We can see us.
Oh yeah.
And you got any good Beverly Jenkins stories that are clean? Anything?
For a long time, we've never run around together a lot, but we run into each other in Nashville. And all I've got to say about Beverly is she was a sweetheart, and I believed in her because she's always got a project going. And when she told me she'd like to do that on one of her artists, I didn't even have to hear you. I said, Beverly, you say it's good. I believe you, back.
That's awesome.
She knows talent when she sees it and hears it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I tell you what, I run on Vern quite a bit too, with Hank Cochran. I like better I did Vern, I tell you that.
You'll have that.
Yeah, that happens.
I mean, yeah, it does.
Yeah.
He was great. I'm not taking nothing from him. I'm crazy about how you know him. I tell you that.
I love it. We're getting the stories out. So let me ask you this: who do you think? I don't want to get you in trouble here, but who do you think is the most overrated artist over the years from Nashville?
Hell, I wouldn't know another.
All right.
I don't even keep up with you. Name off the top 10 artists right now, and I probably don't even know them.
So what about Wade Jennings? Wade Jennings is a pretty good artist. He's got a thing coming up on the 1st. I hear you're playing there on May 31st at the Troubadour.
Wade's daddy was Waylon's oldest son, Terry, and Terry used to be my manager. And then Waylon's youngest son by that marriage, which was Buddy Jennings, him and his wife Kathy, they used to book me. I knew most of the Jennings bunch, great people. And then Wade, I don't even really remember when I met him, but we got to be buddies. And these guys all used to open for me, and now open for them. And I like that. You know, I love to see in what way. I think he's going to go all the way, and I think West Ship is too, man.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome.
Very cool. And that show is to kick off his new album. Is it a gospel album? Do you know?
I think that's what he's working on. Yeah.
Is it? Yeah. And you're going to play, aren't you, that night?
Yeah, I'm going to get up and do a song anyway. You know, Way asked me to. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, who wouldn't ask you if you were in the crowd?
Absolutely, yeah.
You better get up.
Right.
You better get up and do a couple. That's awesome. So, what do you think of Lonesome 77203? Since this is our podcast, I got to ask you, what do you think the chances are that that's going to run up the charts the way we laid it down? What's your guess?
Man, if y'all can get the right promotion and all that stuff, I think the song's a hit because everybody loves it, and it pretty much was a hit for me in those countries I called off. And
Yep.
that song that got me in Europe, I know that. And then they recorded an album on it while I was in Berlin there one time. Hell, I can't remember the name of the album now, but
You've been everywhere, brother.
I've been a lot of places.
Yeah.
Been a lot of places and seen a lot of things. I, too, have the honor, Billy, to do one of your songs, too. That's When I Knew. Just got that dropped in my lap last week from Beverly. And she kind of told me the backstory of that song, and that's pretty intense. Would you like to share some comments with that?
Well, you know, Mac Vickery was one of the greatest writers ever in Nashville. He wrote a lot of hits. He wrote the only album Mom ever raised, for Paycheck, one of George Strait's number ones. I can't remember what it was
Wow.
right now, but
That's
there was a lot of hits.
wow.
Mac's first 20 years in Nashville, he ran with Johnny Cash's manager that wrote Ring of Fire. What's his name? Anyway, that was Mac's running buddy his first 20 years. I was his running buddy the last 20 years. And me and Mac, I loved him. We were both bad to drink and drugs. And Mac wrote more songs than Jerry Lee Lewis than anybody. He wrote 28 and took Jerry's last number one off of my life away.
Wow.
Hang out with Jerry through Mac, you know, which was really something. But
Wow.
me and Mac would go out on the road and shake on like 3 or 4 months, man, because we could get a gig about anywhere. And we're getting to Nashville, and I told Mac, I said, let me out at that old Crank Horror Hotel over where they built the football stadium. I don't think it's there no more. So much I get in there and Mac and kill myself. And Mac hadn't even been home yet. He got home with the swimming pool and all that. Mac said, hell, I'm going to check in with you. We'll do it together.
Wow.
That is, oh my God,
That's
brother.
intense.
So we checked in there, and we get to the room, and we got down on our knees and we prayed, asked God to forgive us of our sins, and we got up and we wrote that one. That's what I knew just came right out of both of us real quick.
Wow.
Isn't that something? That's
I'm
incredible.
getting chills.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Mac's on the phone, and I'm learning the song so we can do a guitar vocal while we got it in our head. And Mac gets off the phone and said, man, I just found out I got like a $7,000 check. He said, let's go get that check. He said, you think we can get it cash? And I said, hell, we probably can. He said, what are we going to do then? I said, hey, let's go to California, Mac. And Mac said, that's a great idea.
Let's get it cashed and roll.
Wow.
Cash and roll.
We never spent the night in that motel. We got in that new Cadillac of his, headed for California, man.
Oh my God. You
Very
know what?
good.
You can't make stuff like this up. This is the real life,
Road
brother.
stories, baby. Road stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you didn't do what you thought you were going to do, but man, alcohol, drugs, everything can take over and make anything sound like a good idea at the wrong time, doesn't it?
Yeah, man, it's like, I guess I'm not ashamed of my.
Exactly. Well, you have been all over the world and played in front of, I'm sure, huge audiences. And, we've all played, and I haven't played in front of I played for 3 people, 5 people, and 3,000 people, but it's, you still put on the best show you can put on. And I've seen you live, and I don't know, man, you still bring it, brother. Love it.
It's a miracle of a dude, but
Yep.
it's all. Oh man, I don't know nothing else. I've never done nothing, you know.
Just stick to your roots, Billy. Just stick to your roots, brother. That's all we know. That's all we know. That's all we know to do.
I'm not one of them big time multi-million dollars or nothing. However, about any gig I go to, I can just do requests because everybody knows my songs, and that's what I did down on Gator Creek yesterday or the day before. They start calling them all because I couldn't even think of them, and I'll say, "Somebody give me another one."
I love it.
That's cool.
That's when it's great. Yeah.
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 Heck yeah.
I don't need a set list. I need people that I can
right.
yell.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Hey, you over there.
You over there. What do you got?
Yeah, got you.
Do it.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's about how I operate. Got something crazy. I know. But
Love it. Love it. Love it. Well, I'll tell you, you have any other like really, really good stories you want to get out there? Because we'd love to hear them. What else you got to throw at us?
man, I produced and managed Johnny for 13 months and paycheck, and
Yeah.
we got tight. And Johnny's manager that got me with him, part of the deal was his manager was going to produce an album on him. And the second day we recorded, Charlie called me, Charlie Everman, and he said, "Man, I got to be in court tomorrow in Greensboro, North Carolina." And I didn't even know Johnny. I'd met him a time or two, but Charlie leaves the courthouse and goes to federal prison in Atlanta for tax evasion or something. If the incident wasn't happened that day, me and Johnny have never got through anything, but man, we loved each other. I was late getting to the studio because I had to go by and get the deal with Johnny was giving him $1,000 a side for every song we did. And we was doing 2 songs a day, and I'd go back and get $2,000. And when I walked in the studio door and see Charlie ain't there now because he was at court. The engineer was talking to 2 guys I didn't know up at the console. And Johnny, I could hear him, and I could also see him through the window saying, "Hey man, can you move this big boom out of that knockout? It's in my way." And he said it 2 or 3 times. I went up there and I said, "Hey man, move that up and mic for Johnny." And he said, "Who the hell are you?" I said, "I'm the guy that was sent to teach you."
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Oh, love it. There's a song right there, brother.
Yeah.
This wasn't happening. Me and Johnny would never hit it off, but he's a big old boy, and he started around the console for me. And just about the time he got to me, he pulled his sweater over his head. I made that son of a bitch hate the dance with his sweater over his head. Getting the rims all through the control room, into another room, and into the back room of the Coke machines were. And then he's dad laying on the floor up against the Coke machine. And old Johnny seen it all through the windows in the studio. He spit up and put his finger right in his face, and he said, "I seen everything, and you started it."
Yeah, there you go.
I love it.
Big hug. He said, "You were break him of that." And I said, "Damn, Johnny, I apologize. We can't record now because we don't have engineer." I mean, he said, "Get on the bus and go to Birmingham with us."
Oh my God.
Hey, man, 3 times that night, or maybe even 3 or 4, Johnny tell the band, he'd say, "My God, they get with any shit, we'll turn old BDB loose on the ride."
That's
you
right.
can't. Well, here's the thing. I hope to meet you soon. And you just told me one thing I need to know. I ain't wearing a sweater. All right. Not wearing a sweater. I don't want it pulled over my head.
Down and dirty, baby.
Down and dirty, pull the sweater. It's like a hockey fight.
I'm not a bad ace, but I will fight to the death. That's all I know.
Right.
So
Yeah. Well, those are the most dangerous guys. The guys who are studying and they're going to get a left hook and then you're going to do this. The guy who just won't stop. Those are the guys you don't want to fight.
I've been beat a lot. I've had deviated septum, broke ribs, stabbed 17 times. I mean, I've seen a lot of action.
I'm writing this down because I'm writing a song about you. So there you go.
But I will go. That's one thing I can promise you. You can go worry about me running off.
I love it. I love it. You always want someone's got your back. Brian and I are the same way. We got each other's back. I got to tell you a quick, cute story. We're playing a show. We had a thing going called Boss and Hoss, and we were raising money for veterans. And, we're just there to raise the money for these people. And we go back and forth. He'll do 3 outlaw country. I'll come back and do some rock and do this and that. It's a while back. And what's funny is we're both, they call me big guy and he's boss. And so between Boss and Hoss, they come in and they're looking around and they didn't know we were the singers. They thought we were the bouncers. Yeah, we'll throw you out if we have to, but we'd rather stay on the stage.
Absolutely.
So yeah, well, that last story is good. Johnny Paycheck. What kind of guy was he, brother? Was he a decent guy or was he a wild man or what was he up to?
But he was great. I mean, I loved him. Johnny didn't have a lot of raising, I don't think, because, his first prison deal was when he was 17, Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
And then got beat a guy to death. That's the second. And then he shot a guy. And that's when I delivered him to Killer maximum prison in Ohio on that. But I don't think he had much raising, but he was a good guy. He wasn't somebody you could fool around with. And he would get way out there, on the drug and alcohol. But me and Johnny never fought. One night was in a motel. I finally get Johnny in bed, and man, I thought, oh, thank God, he's a wild man. And we're at Hampton Inn, and I just go to sleep. I wake up, and Johnny's in my bed and got me in a headlock and bearing down on me. And I said, Johnny. And he said, oh, man, he said, I'm going to come. I didn't know where I was at. So he said goodbye, and he put it in a headlock,
Oh. I love it. All right, well, we're getting ready to wrap up here. Brian, you got any other questions for BDB?
It's an honor to have this time with you, Billy. Yeah, and so it's just really, really cool to talk to you live like this and hear some of your road stories. And them are sometimes the better stories, the road stories. And I know you got a ton of them. So
I love it. Well, we're going to have them back again too.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're going to have them back again, and
you really can't tell in public if we ever get off at Martha where I vacation.
Off to the side.
That's kind of what we were thinking.
I'm down with that, brother.
We're gonna find a time. Do you still get back to Nashville much?
Friday, it's supposed to be sunny and no rain. I'm in Nashville.
Are you? All right. Well, we may just make a time to meet in Nashville or something, and we'll toast. We want to hear the real down and dirty when the camera's turned off. So we're gonna head out. Billy Don, thank you for being on. Our guest today was Billy Don Burns, absolute legend, singer and songwriter. He's down in Arkansas right now, but we know that he keeps rolling. He gets on that Harley, and away he goes. He personally said he's doing 100, so I'm not calling ahead on that, but take it easy. You're a treasure to us, brother. We need to keep you around. Brian, you want to close it out? What do you got, brother?
Billy, thanks so much, man, for coming on board with us today, being our first interviewee, man. So looking forward to doing some of your songs for sure. I can't wait. So
I appreciate it. I'm glad. I'm anxious to meet y'all. Tell y'all a cool dudes just to listen to you, So, and by the song you cut.
I thank you, man.
Well, yes,
I appreciate that. And we're the Sound Warriors. That's what they call us together, the Sound Warriors. We sing it, we say it, and we have the best guests on the planet. Thank you again, Mr. Billy Don Burns. We're out for now. Thank you very much.
Thank you.